All right, what's happening, killers? It's me, Texas Hardcore, and of course, the incomparable Juno 2000. And we're, doing a watch party tonight for the 1983 classic Valley Girl with Deborah Foreman, Nicolas Cage, Frederic Forrest, Colleen Camp, E.G. Daly, and quite a few others.
Ow, dang me, how could you?
For sure. Brody. Besides, it's totally gnarly birth control.
I can't stand it. Okay, so he's awesome.
Valley Girl.
She's out there somewhere.
This is the story of a boy from Hollywood who never dreamed the girl he'd want most was down here.
Hello.
Hello. Who invited you?
Oh, you mean you have to be invited? Well, that explains it.
What?
Well, everyone's dressed weird. See, if I had been invited, I would have known this was a costume party.
Right.
It's the story of a girl from the valley who never dreamed she'd ever be seen with a boy from over here.
Like, I'm not getting out of this car.
All right, but when they attack the car, save the radio. So when can I see you again?
I'm here with you now.
I know.
This is the story of Randy and Julie, the way they come together, and the people who try to pull them apart.
Like, don't you think they have parties over there? Oh, where? At the zoo?
This geek that she's with could scar her for life.
God. For life?
If you think she's confused, you should see her father.
I'm together now. Be right there.
Julie's cool. Randy's hot. She's from the valley. He's not. Valley Girl.
Oh, bitchin', is this in 3D? No, but your face is.
I'll stop the world and melt with you. Stop the world. You see the difference and it's getting better all the time.
And we're back. It's a long ass trailer. Yeah. And so let me go through the roll call, and we have Chester Franklin. We've got, of course, Jimmy Van Dusen, Zodiac, Rosalia's in here, Ashton Luck, Jimmy Jam, Sailor George is here, Anthony Chobits is in the house, 71, Brooke Scarlett is in the house, Alan's here, Jim's Movie Channel, and yeah, we got a full house. So I'm glad to see everybody here tonight. And yeah, Anthony mentioned rest in peace Michelle Trachtenberg. Man, that's a loss. I don't
At 39.
yeah, that's just we just saw Euro Trip last week when P Rich showed it, so
Yep.
it's kind of sus. I'm looking at P Rich with eyes now, just kidding. But yeah, Brooks here, and the party can start, but yeah, there's a lot of interesting things about this film. I actually did see this in the theater when it came out, and I'm sure Jim did as well. He he's seen a lot of the same movies I have in the theater, but he was lucky because he got to see a lot of them for free and whatnot. But yeah, this, one of the weirdest things about this movie is like, I mean, it's got a great soundtrack to it, but when it hit cable, and I know it was on Showtime specifically. I remember watching it and I'm like, what in the hell is going on with the music in this thing? Because they took a lot of songs out that somehow they couldn't, you know, the rights changed or something like that. And then there was, so then they, dubbed other songs in certain spots. And then they had, supposed to have like a soundtrack, but it never got released because of the same thing, some licensing stuff. And then some weird label put out like it was like a 6-song EP, but then it never got commercially released. It was mainly like a promo. Some got out and they go for big money, but then years later, Rhino put out a 2 different CDs. There's like the Valley Girls music from the Valley Girl soundtrack and more music from the Valley Girl soundtrack. And it's kind of funny because on the second disc, there's I mean, still music from it, but then there's some songs that were never in the movie at all. It's kind of like, okay, so you just had to sort of fill this up or some shit. It's kind of ridiculous, but it happens. And we got Derek in the house, as well.
Hey, Will.
Yeah, Moon Zappa sang the song, but they don't really feature it in the film or anything like that. But yeah, they were, had so many, good bands on there, though. They were following the trends of the day back then. But Alan said here about Michelle Trachtenberg, he said he heard it's possible from liver problems as she had a transplant last year. Oh, that's not good. So anyway, Juno, what's happening? You see that Arrow announcement for the Jason movie?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're doing a new artwork for it, which I kind of like that new style artwork they're doing because they did that with the remake.
right.
Like half of it's spliced in half with the poster mask and then the shitty melted mask that he wears. So like that's kind of cool. And you got like a newspaper of the necro because the remake had the newspaper and then I think it has the Necronomicon in it from Evil Dead.
You gonna get it?
Yeah, I'll definitely buy that over it. Um, like at least it's not released by Shit Factory.
Right. I don't know why they're, but with that box set that came out, they must not have had a like I mean a lot of the rights or whatever, or they're just, I don't know. I mean, you can still buy that
They
box
probably
set, but
my best guess is that maybe they're probably going backwards and releasing them
right.
because they released first they released the remake and then now they're gonna release Jason X and Jason Goes to Hell. But they and most of them like they've also been releasing even pair prick titles. Like they released The Wolf of Wall Street, and that's a pair prick title. So maybe they might get rights to the 8 films, which that'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like they get reversible artwork, like especially even though Takes My Hat's not a good movie, but I hope they use the band poster where they banned the poster where Jason is cutting the New York logo. I don't know why that was even banned. It was kind of stupid, but I thought that was a pretty badass poster to market the movie, where he has the knife cutting through the I Love New York logo. Like, hopefully that's a reverse artwork. Like, that'd be badass. But yeah, I'm definitely picking that up.
There's only
I'd
one that
rather
I
own that.
go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, I'd rather own that than get Halloween Ends, which I still think that's a piece of shit to this day.
Well, you don't want to know about the next version they're putting out.
They're doing
Hall-
another Michael Myers movie.
Halloween Bends, But Jim says, do not mention the film that shall not be named again. And there's only one that I can think of that's according to Jim. So I don't, I won't say anything about it. But I never usually, do. It's all of Jim's other friends that throw that out at him.
But good to see you, Jim.
Oh, I see what he was talking about. I saw Shamarlos earlier today in somebody's stream. I want to say it was either Video Tasties or it was maybe Pub Walls or something, but he said something that he had.
Yeah.
I think he had pizza again or some shit. Something.
Oh, pizza, not the Kung Pao chicken. Remember that day you mentioned pizza and it wasn't Kung Pao chicken?
But we'll find out, Video Pasties, yeah, there we go. Derek, I didn't see your hit single. I saw your UFO car though. Jim asks, he says, Juno, you're the Cobra expert. Why the fuck does he cut his pizza with scissors?
Because he's motherfucking Cobra. and also, he's a cure to the cancer. So he's a badass motherfucker. That part, I'll admit, it's a bit of a cheesy part, the way he cuts the pizza with a scissors. But Cobra is coming to a theater near you. They're near you, folks. Forget that shitty Snow White remake. Watch Juno 2000 as Cobra.
He commits hate crimes and people that park in his spot, and then he cuts a tiny piece of pizza scissors while cleaning his gun and watching the news, as one does.
Yeah. That's one badass motherfucker right there.
Does Anthony have anyone proofread for mistakes? I really don't know, but
Man, Cobra's a badass. No.
Whoops. So, yeah, still coming soon in 2025,
Society is breeding a new kind of criminal. It's also breeding a new kind of cop.
All along you knew it wasn't right. You were spending time losing sight. Play a game that isn't fair. And your partner's left
stops and I start. And I start.
Yep. Skip the Snow White piece of shit remake. Go see Juno 2000 and Cobra. That's a theater to go see.
Well, Jim says that you're a better Cobra, that you're such a badass Cobra that you cut your pizza with garden shears.
Yep.
And then Rosalia mentioned the movie Cum Dog Millionaire, and then Chester says Cream Dog Millionaire. So. And then, and speaking of gonorrhea, Brigitte Nelson, ladies and gentlemen. And then Rosie says she doesn't practice gonorrhea. Well, fuck, I hope not. I don't practice. Jim says I don't practice gonorrhea either. I'm a fucking expert. I thought gonorrhea was like in Africa or someplace. Whatever. Ben Affleck and gonorrhea going.
And thank you, 71. I'm wearing Halloween 3 beanie. Just in time for St. Patty's Day.
Yeah, well, there's a few out there. St. Fatty's Day, but we won't discuss that. But we know who we're talking about.
Whenever we get into CWO shirt, definitely soon. When Cobra comes out.
But as it always goes.
Kid, I have seen weird things come and I have seen weird things go. The weirdest thing I ever saw just had to cap it off.
U.S. Frank.
All right.
This is where the law stops. And I start.
I don't fucking like football. I don't.
Hey guys, want to go whitewater rafting in Halloween 5?
The CWO
have asked me to take this opportunity to say, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
And that also, that fuck you goes out to some moron in the mental health community, and we don't go over there anyway. So, but hey, fuck them. Fuck them all.
Fuck those dipshits.
If you can't, keep your health mentally, then you suck and go fuck yourself. Take that gun out of your drawer. Oh, wait, I didn't know what? No, nothing. All right. Yeah, blame it on the dog. That's right. Everybody should just blame everything on their dog. Yeah. There's a, few, alcoholics that I know, and, alcoholism sucks, and I'm proud of, my friends that have beat it. But then there's a few that, it suits them rather well, especially one guy who, I'd like him to step in front of a truck. I mean, what? So anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm being, rude tonight. Yeah, Jim blames hip hop, Exactly. If the cat mafia is more sane than you, then get help. Yeah, we're gonna make sure it's a big truck. I just love, when somebody causes somebody else's embarrassment when they're like, "Oh, I think maybe you drink too much and you cause problems for everybody else." Well, you didn't fucking notice that in the beginning, you know? Yay! Touchdown! There you go. Fucking there we go. We're already off the goddamn rails tonight, You got that, remember, Jimmy Buffett, which was really his real name was Jimmy Buffet because he was always probably going to buffets. I want some goddamn shrimp, or whatever, He had that song, son of a sailor, son of a bitch, and stuff. Yeah, it's off the rails. I'm off the rails tonight. But hey, why not, right? Anyway, Jim really likes this. He really likes Deborah Foreman, and I'm gonna have to, take away E.G. Daily though, and throw in one of the other girls for him because he wanted an E.G. Daily sandwich. But I've always been fond of E.G. Daily myself, and oh boy, well, we won't get into that either. It's too late for us all. That's what it is. Just say no to drugs. Hang on loosely, but don't let go, Amber. Oh, I know. Hey, Gore's in the house, man. It's been a while. Hey, Gore. Hope everything's cool.
What's up, Gorby?
Well, things like that happen, but I don't. It doesn't, bother me. I mean, there's so many, things people could say about, Frank, because I've known plenty of people that never liked his music or thought he was too weird. But I mean, the fact that he, named his kids such great names, I always thought that was great. Why are we like into like Amber Heard tonight? I mean, man,
Well, she's the biggest dipshit of them all.
she should be just, put out in like a buffalo herd and stampeded, and then nobody would have to worry about her whatsoever. Jim, you need to get Kenny in here ASAP. I mean, since Sean doesn't want to come in here because he's married, it doesn't stop you, Jim. So that's no excuse. They had what he named his one other daughter Godiva or something like that. But I remember he did say at one point before she was born, he said, "Well, we're thinking if it's a boy, we want to name her Clint Eastwood, and if it's a girl, we'll name her Burt Reynolds." So that was always fun, The toy, the toy's not so bad. I mean, it's worth it alone just for the line. This is Master Bates. Master Bates, Yeah, I saw this. I was talking about how I saw this in the theater, Gore, when I was a kid, and well, I wasn't a kid. I was like 17. Yeah, but no, there's nothing wrong with Drop Dead Fred either. No, wait a minute, Drop Dead Fred. You have that epic line from the little girl. What a pile of shit. So. Plus, you got Phoebe Cates in that. All right, Jim. We'll see you later. And yeah, if you still want to hang out next week for with Juno and I and our special guest for Better Off Dead, just let me know and stuff.
Yeah, take care, Jim. Thanks for stopping by.
Okay, that'll be great. So have a good night, and just send Kenny a message. Just say goon. But yeah, everybody, man, you guys got to check out Jim's channel, like and subscribe, and all that stuff. He puts out some, great shows. He interviewed Corey from Wilkie's Music and Movies and Music last weekend, and it was a really good show. And then every other Tuesday, on Talking Movies with Sean, Kenny, and Jim, he does a good show and stuff. They had me on there actually. I guess it's going on a month ago, or so. So yeah, it's fun stuff. Well, don't you just talk all at once, Juno? Yeah, check out Juno's latest, rant that he did in his rant video. It was really good.
Oh yeah, it's one of those topics of why modern movies suck ass.
But
That's like
yeah,
the
so
topic.
yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and get this movie started in about a couple of minutes. There's a YouTube link at the very top, and it's free on YouTube on the YouTube Film channel or whatever the fuck they call it. And we and if you have Amazon Prime, it's on there as well. So there's a couple of ways to watch it and whatnot. But anyway, yeah, so if everybody is if you guys are ready, yeah, that's right, Zodiac. Even the new films that are good aren't that good. Yeah, most of the time. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the countdown, and Are you ready, Juno?
Already.
All right. Yep. Well, I'm gonna hit the countdown, and we're gonna get this thing going.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Press play, bitches.
Yep. So I want to say hi real quick to Todd Christian because I know he'll be watching this on the replay. And so go ahead and press play, bitches.
First play, bitches. NG.
The following film has been rated R. So that means your dogs and cats can watch, but grandma and grandpa can't. Because they're too busy watching X and wanting to do things that they used to do. I mean, what?
It was rated R. Yeah. Like we're a big stupid shit house. Let's do another one. Nobody gives a shit.
Who the fuck is John Hughes? I love it. You know, there's a couple of good ones. You know, and then after a few, he decided to die, and that kind of helped things immensely. I mean, what? So
Weird signs.
it's kind of interesting to see like Colleen Camp in this like play somebody's mom, and then Frederic Forrest also playing the dad, and they're both like playing hippies.
He was also he's also in that Falling Down movie, right?
Frederic Forrest? I don't remember. The funny thing about, because, well, thankfully I didn't live in LA or any of those surrounding areas, but I mean, growing up, going to the mall, I always hated it because I'd always run into some fucking, idiot from school that I didn't like, but they'd all be smarmy and act like, they were like the coolest thing to like your parents, or whatever,
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, why don't you hang out with him? It's like, I'd rather die, But I mean, I really like this one and Fast Times a lot. But as far as John Hughes goes, I do like Breakfast Club, and I like Pretty in Pink. It's not usually, not really for him being the director though. I always liked for who he had in his movies.
Weird Science is a good one.
The what?
Weird Science, that's a good one.
Yeah. You got Michael Berryman in that. And then the guy from The Road Warrior. Yeah, and it was funny because I can't remember this guy's name, but I always thought he was a fucking dick anyway, just because of the character he played. And then it's funny to see him years later, like in Jackie Brown, and he's playing a dick in that movie. Look at his fucking haircut. What a fucking jackass,
It does look like a bit like an ash hair version of a chinchilla hair.
They got to the beach real quick. Jesus Christ. Walk out in the parking lot. Next thing you know, they're at the fucking beach. they were saying, about that one guy, look at that guy, he's got all that hair on his back or whatever. Jimmy used to do that in the chat rooms. He'd ask, he's different, he'd ask in the chat, who wants to shave my back? Juno, you ever see this wildlife? This is a good one. It's got, one of the guys from Weird Science in it, and it's got Chris Penn and Lee Ving from Fears in it. Eric Stoltz. It's a good one. Randy Quaid's in it.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. I gotta check it out.
Yeah,
I never seen that
one. I
one.
think you'll like it. And it was actually, another one that was written by Cameron Crowe. He didn't direct it though, but. Like Colleen Camp, she was in Game of Death, that Bruce Lee flick that, barely has him in it, and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but she's in the movie Death Game with Sandra Lock, and you see a lot of her. Yeah. That's one of the things that makes the movie worthwhile. Couch Tater. It's funny, the guy that she's trying to impress is not impressed with her because I think he's a little on the other side, here and there. Rather talk to his buddies than not, talk to her, or whatever. Sushi and peanut butter or some kind of mess. See, and at least they play up, Angst in My Pants by Sparks, No, Jimmy, there was not. But Marina Shafir got her ass beat, which was nice. the guests. It's her party. Like, why is she even having to carry that out? The mom should carry all that out. Well, there was, yeah, that, but I forgot about that part of stuff. But but Jimmy already knew that though because I was talking to him on the phone for a few minutes and we were like, oh yeah. Yeah, so then here's Tommy trying to make his big move to, cheat on Julie here and stuff. Yeah, it's true, Gore. He says it's shocking for the younger generation to know that it
Yeah.
wasn't unusual in the 80s for teens to date adults or much older kids today. The mom's interest in her daughter's boyfriend would floor them. That is true. Little red vignette. Don't show it too fast. No, the blind goof, that's Tommy. Yeah. Not Tommy Two Bone. Yeah, this version too, some of the music's different. Hey, Greg, what's going on? Greg Brewer is in the house.
Hey, Greg. What's up?
Yep, movie's already on, but if you want a timestamp, let us know, or a Terrence stamp as we call it in the house. Flying fish eggs. Oof. See, he wants, wants to make out with a girl with, Tommy Pickles' voice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's, yeah. Tony Khan, he's just kind of becoming an idiot now. He's kind of going to that Vince Russo route a little bit. That's why most of them left. And also, he fucking sucks at booking shit because he books a lot of good storylines on a throwaway show.
Yeah, I believe so, Greg. No, Alan, I did not. Couple of feel. There you go. Well, the thing 71 in this movie, Nicolas Cage and his buddy are supposed to be punks, but sometimes they never could actually get it right in the films. So this was one of the songs that they changed out of it. Was they put Electric Avenue in this when it was like Town Called Malice by the Jam originally.
Yeah, that's why I say fuck Tony Khan, because he screwed over CM Punk and he sided with his
You
fancy
know, you
ass
know, Z, the
elite
guy that was
party.
behind the Montreal screw job, that was Russell. He did that. It was his idea.
Oh,
He was
so
in
he was
the
involved.
he was in the other CWO, the Canadian Wrestling Organization.
Oh yeah.
It was licensed. Yeah, it was by the Jam. That Town Called Malice. Well, that's the only one. But I talked about it at the beginning of the stream. There was a bunch of licensing rights with the songs. That's why a legitimate soundtrack never came out either until years later when Rhino put out like a couple of CDs. One was called like Music from Valley Girl, and the other one was called More Music from Valley Girl. It was some deal with like the rights because they had like I think even the Clash was listed in the credits, but they weren't on there. It was weird because I remember seeing it in the theater, and those songs were on there, and then they were, you know, um, changed. But I thought things had been they were trying to get the rights to put them a legitimate soundtrack out at the time, but they couldn't get everything. But it was weird because once it hit cable, that's when I noticed everything was changed. I'll probably be breaking my hip now soon enough. At some point. See, like this, Who Can It Be Now? I think they had actually taken this one out, or this was another one that was put in. I can't remember, but I don't know. There was some deal too with like the credits where some songs that were in there, they never changed the credits, so it says something else. Was like played in there, and it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just very. He's always been. Vince has always been an asshole. He was an asshole when they continued the show with fucking Owen Hart. So I say fuck that piece of shit. He also.
You ever see My Chauffeur, Juno?
I don't know what that is.
That's another movie that Deborah Foreman was in, and then she's also in that original April Fool's Day.
And
You've seen
I
that,
think
right?
she's also in. I think she's in Waxwork, the first one.
Yeah, she might be. Yeah, it's been fucking ages since I've
Because I
seen that.
yeah, because Waxwork I have, and it's a pretty good film. I think she also dated the director of the movie, Anthony Hickok, who directed the first Waxwork film.
Russell's taken off. He says he's been up for 24 hours. So thanks for stopping by, Russell. Right, said Fred. That's what Fred said.
I'm getting kind of sick and tired of The Rock. He's always fucking up everything.
That song, that psychedelic first song, Love My Way, you know, originally Michael Jackson was going to do it, but it was going to call Glove My Way. Hey, Corey. Corey from
Hey,
Wilkie's
Corey.
Music and Movies is here. Glad you stopped in. We mentioned you at the beginning of the stream for being on gyms and everything. You know, Corey is the Dan Rather of the film community, and it's always a pleasure to have you here, sir.
Good to see you, Corey.
You'll see things that you've only read about in books. That, that statement couldn't be, you know, rather true, you know. Yeah, I always thought this was weird to put a Pat Travers song in this, but at least they didn't put like boom boom out go the lights. You get to see an officer and a gentleman up on the marquee there. Empire Strikes Back. There's the Rainbow Bar and Grill, still there today, and the Roxy. Eight to 4, and please, Mr. Postman. I beg to see what that's about. A favorite club or venue that I've seen a show in? Yeah, there's several. I mean, when I lived in San Francisco, I like to go to the Great American Music Hall a lot, and then the Warfield, of course. and there's a place called Bottom of the Hill. And when I first moved to San Francisco, I used to go to a place called Club Foot for their Sunday, punk rock matinees. And then here we used to have a club called the Island. When I was in high school, I wasn't really supposed to go there, but I did anyway. So there were quite a few. But I think, like Great American Music Hall was, one of the best venues for shows. Like in '97, I saw Cheap Trick there like 3 nights in a row when their first 3 albums were reissued on like CD, and they did one every night. Played the record, played it exactly like the record, front to back, in the exact running order, and then they played extra songs, and those were like 3 really good shows. So here we are at the club that they're at and watching the Plimsolls. And the funny thing that I just saw about this was that originally Martha Coolidge wanted X to be the band in the club. And apparently John Doe read the script and he was kind of like, I don't, what the fuck is this? This is really goofy, and then it became such a big hit. He kind of regretted it afterwards, so. It's kind of funny though that, yeah, Gore, I know it's crazy, but it's funny though that in this movie though, there's a few like Los Angeles punks though in the club. One of them that, well, I knew she was in this movie as an extra was Tequila Mockingbird. She's written a few books, and she was actually the booker for the show New Wave Theater that was on Night Flight back in the early '80s and stuff. And she's also in that movie The Boys Next Door with Charlie Sheen, and she's been in a few other things. Sure, I'd do the Poseidon Adventure. Why not? I hope you don't mean the remake, though, the original, with Gene Hackman. It's funny, too, the guy that's the lead guy in the Plimsolls, Peter Case, he's been doing solo stuff for like a long time now. But he had a previous band before the Plimsolls called The Nerves. And they, one of the guys that was in The Nerves wrote that song, Hanging on the Telephone, that Blondie covered. And it became, a huge hit for Blondie and whatnot. Do a short with me as Zeus. Zeus as in, the god Zeus, or, not Tiny Lister, because I'm not going to, put shoe polish on my face or anything derogatory like that. I love how Cameron dies, like chasing her around the fucking, the car and stuff. Just fuck them. Be the first one on the block. The Greek god. I don't know. I mean, I've already been called. Some people have called me Jesus, Santa Claus. It's a tough thing to follow. It's kind of funny too, though, that in this movie, like, they don't do the valley speak all the time, but then it just comes back at like certain points, stuff. See, when 71's not here, she doesn't get to see all these like shenanigans, and stuff. Oh yeah, Juno, another good Colleen Camp movie. I think she was in this. I'm gonna double check. Yeah, is the Swinging Cheerleaders by Jack Hill. This one right here, Juno. I don't know if you've ever seen.
You ever seen that one?
It's Jack Hill, who did like a lot of the Pam Grier movies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hated Driver's Ed. Ooh, I think the worst. Then you got a guest appearance here by that guy from WKRP. Yeah, Les Nessman or whatever. That's the guy. And Ryan's in the chat.
It rained.
Kokomo butter. It's probably better than the Beach Boys Kokomo. If nothing else, we've learned that. That guy's got like a fucking bird's nest, on his head, catch fire really quick.
He does have a bird nest.
Yeah. Buttered Sausage Island. I don't know. I don't know about that. Pancake Paradise. I wonder how many years it took before he got his teeth fixed. You know?
I don't know, probably a few years.
What a place, spaghetti vendor. You know. Guess you could probably buy some wigs there. You know, and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. See, it's funny. There's that flyer behind him where it says Animal Boner and then Detox. Detox was a really good band. I mean, I think there's only one guy left in the band though, because one of the guys just I know recently died. But like then some, you know, when they show that scene again, somebody spray painted FUC on it, you know, and stuff. Like what? You beat up Franklin for this as he went rolling down the hill in his wheelchair. Sally, Sally. You know. Do you imagine, if he was going around like on a gravel road, like spinning around like in circles on like one wheel,
Yep.
Nah, Z's not going to get in trouble because there's a lot of people that in this world that are disabled and they're assholes. Jimmy and I know quite a few of them, so it's okay, In fact, Jimmy knows this guy named Peter Boy, and that's his real name, Peter Boy. And I first time, like when Jimmy was talking about him, he's like, "Oh, Peter Boy is calling," and I was like, "What is it?" I said, "Are you making that shit up?" And he's like, "No, his name's Peter Boy." And I said, "What is he, Asian?" And he's like, "No." And I was like, "I'm like, okay." And then like the dude just is a nut, and he calls Jimmy all the time and leaves these like fucked up messages about how he's going to Puerto Rico on a cruise. I'm going to Puerto Rico on a cruise on a yacht, which is like a big ship. It's like, yeah, no shit, you fucking moron, and stuff.
Yep.
And Jimmy's like, you're lucky that I've never introduced you to this guy because I know you would just like punch him in the face, and he's right, I would. Plus, he always talks about how he wants to like, talk to Hell's Angels, and people tell him they'll kick your ass, and he doesn't seem to like get it or anything. Why would somebody have like the Operation game, like, um, like hung on their wall? That's bizarre as fuck. Franklin falling from a cliff like Mac and Me. Yeah, that would be interesting. Mac and Me, the only movie that's, pretty much, hour and a half commercial for McDonald's. Just like Armageddon's a 2-hour music video. Mac and cheese and me got the damn cheese. All right, Chester. Have a great night, Chester. Thank you for coming in as always.
Take care.
We get a second Spark song. Yeah, see, I forgot to tell Jimmy that there's 2 Spark songs in this movie. You ever see this, Juno? The Sparks Brothers documentary directed by Edgar Wright? It's amazing.
I never seen it. I didn't know he directed a. I didn't know he directed a documentary.
Yeah. Your favorite band's favorite band. There you go.
Yep.
Yeah, it was on Netflix for like a long fucking time, for at least like a year, almost 2 years or something. It's really hard for me to say what I'm, trying to say. Yeah, this is basically where her fucking friends are trying to convince her to like leave, Randy and go back to Tommy, and stuff.
Yep.
And then you have this great bait and switch here and stuff because Cologne Flapper Dick. There you go. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick. See, now Chester, he left and he's missing out on this stuff. See, you got this bait and switch here because you think that this guy's popping the mom, but he's not. He's, whoops, I spoiled it. Beetle douche, beetle douche, beetle douche. Great. Hey, Kayla. How you doing? Glad to see you.
Hey, Caleb.
Sometime, everybody, if you want, go to Kayla's channel because she does. She's a gamer and plays different games, and she'll pull an all nighter sometimes. I could never do that. I'm too old, but but it's great seeing you. Thank you for coming in and stuff. So, so this is like goofy as fuck because her friends are pulling this sort of like intervention to like get Tommy to get back with her and stuff, and it's really dumb. Yeah, it's weird, because like Stacy seemed like she was like the real cool one and all that, and then she turns out to be a real see you next Tuesday, if you know what I'm saying. The you know this more schmaltzy than last night's movie. Well, I don't expect these girls to break out in capoeira and start beating the fuck out of each other.
Both movies, they're 10 years apart. Like yesterday's movie was 1993. This one's 1983, and it's free on YouTube. No bullshit look movies.
And it's funny how usually Daly's character is always looking at Tommy like, oh shit, here we go. I've been getting by, I guess, just being an asshole, like, I usually am. He acts like he hadn't fucking eaten in days, but he probably hadn't because he was probably on crack.
Yep.
But it's kind of funny, this movie kind of rings true in a way for me because I was dating somebody at the time, and I kind of had that same shit pulled on me. Her friends didn't like me or whatever and stuff, and I had to, yell at her and go, "Well, fuck your friend," you know. Yeah, she pulls all that fake anger bullshit. Like whatever he's doing is his, it's his fault, and it's not his fault. She just has to act like a bitch. It's your fucking friends. See this bit, where he starts getting drunk and pissing and moaning and shit. He's going to the club and he picks up some chick, and they should have. That's when they should have had somebody like X or Fear or like DI or the Adolescents, or even Lethal Weapon play in a club, and people are going nuts and getting all fucked up and stuff. Juno with Belial.
Yep, Belial.
You got some kick-ass shit. 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 You got some kick-ass shit.
You got some kick-ass shit.
they were happy, see?
You got some they got some kick-ass shit. Yeah.
Your place or mine in the woman's toilet. All right. There's a circle jerk flyer in there, but it's in the wrong bathroom, I think. And I saw a flyer for a Ed Culver exhibition. He was one of the best, punk photographers out there. So real nice guy, actually. So then, this song starts bringing him back to that night he was there with her at the club. The whole same sad story, where it's like, ah, fuck,
Yep.
Go home. And unfortunately, these things kind of would happen sometimes. That coming out of clubs, these fuckers would do shit like that, throw bottles at you and stuff. Really nice. I love that how he just like shows up and she like they freak the fuck out, you know. That's it. Everyone's getting it, huh? All right then. Throwing bombs and blowing us up and making us watch fucking Mac and Me and stuff. I love this, you know, he working on the thing. He goes, it's 3D, no, but your face is. And he doesn't even like recognize him and stuff, you know. Creature from the Black Lagoon. Creature from the Black Balloon. Thank you for coming back, 71. Damn. Hey, 59th survivor of VHS is in the house. Good to see you.
VHS.
Yeah, I thought you were gone for a bit, but good to see you. Thanks for coming in and everything.
Good to see you, VHS.
You know, Juno, they got that that Warhol painting of Liz Taylor there in the background on their wall.
Yep.
Davis Lynch's Spoon. Looney Spoons. This is different than like Valley of the Dolls or Beyond. This is more of a coming of age film and stuff. Way different. But yeah, it's I mean it's different, but I think it's a classic film. I like this one a lot. Saw it in the theater, when it came out and stuff. Look at it, like when he goes out of that fucking car and he's doing that spin. I mean, what a fool, I don't know if you guys went to the prom, but well, actually, I went to two proms, my own, and then I took somebody to her prom. But like my prom, well, actually, both of them sucked. I mean, the one with her was great until the end of the night, but my prom sucked. Because me and my date, we decided to double date with some people, and my friend's date, she did a bunch of really dumb shit, like making him wait. We were late to our fucking dinner and all sorts of dumb shit. And now we have this great performance by Josie Cotton doing Johnny, Are You Queer? And it's funny, Fear actually does this song, except they changed the lyrics and it's not Johnny, Are You Queer? I forget the name of it though, but it's just as good, or even better, Night, Jimmy.
Night, Jimmy. Take care.
I like the ingenious plan to like sneak into the prom though. It's just they have a good plan here and everything. Here at the prom, they just don't really carry it out like in the movie Carrie. That would have been great.
Yep.
Pig's blood and intestines all over the place. That would have ruled. But then there wouldn't have been any telekinesis, blowing the fucking place to pieces. Susie was supposed to bring the cups, but she never even showed up. Yeah, because she was getting, having sex with Skip or whatever. Yeah, that's a great sketch. I like that a lot. Oh my God, man of the hour, Shamarlos, dude, where you been?
Hey, pizza, cheeseburger. That's a good spot.
He had pizza and a cheeseburger. There you go. See, it's always pizza for the fucking win. Oh, he had spaghetti too. French fries and chicken also. Where do you put it? My God, man. Hey, but whatever, it works. Dark Side of the Spoon. There was um, actually probably a couple of people have had an album called that, but a friend of mine had a band. He was in a band called BGKs from Holland, but he had a band also called the Nitwits, and they had a record called Dark Side of the Spoon. Where do you put it? He got me there. He goes on the plate. Apparently this song hasn't like pissed enough people off because she still plays that song and stuff. This teacher and her fucking sob story. I love this one. The head cheerleader. You know what they mean by that.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good, 59th. Especially love chicken and dumplings, you know. Pizza Horror, that'd be a great name for a band and a movie. Yeah, she wanted to be the queen, all right. Those guys in the band, they're just watching, you know, guy getting his ass kicked and everything. Gory Busey, yeah. Cheeseburger Terror, that would be a good one too. Speaking of like gory though, I mean, Gore showed up, but not, you know, gory. He didn't show up tonight.
Yeah, freaking Frederic 2. It's pretty damn good. Better than the new one that's out there. The new one sucks ass.
Then you get to see the good old Sherman Oaks Galleria. I think that's also where they filmed all the stuff in Fast Times. And I also think it was a Chopping Mall as well. And probably Night of the Comet. They probably filmed a whole bunch of that stuff in all these different movies and everything. You know? But that was Valley Girl.
Valley Girl.
You're welcome, Z. We got a jinx with that, whatever the hell that is, a hot dog, and I don't know what, you know. You're welcome, Ashton. Thank you guys for coming out, and you know, as always, you know, letting us go off the rails, you know, and whatnot. Or at least me, you know, Juno, he just, you know, patiently putting up with everything, you know. But you know, You're welcome, Rosie, and thanks, Brooke and Gore Vidal and 59th and Shamarlos and Russell and Jimmy and Chester and Kayla and everybody that stopped by and everybody that's gonna watch on the replay and all that good stuff. And of course, like 71 also for stopping in and whatnot. Yeah, this still kind of bums me out that some original stuff that was music-wise that was originally in this is not in this. I thought they had settled all that bullshit. Even though it says music cleared by Gibson, Hoffman, and Spivak, whoever the fuck they are. But it's funny, soundtrack album available on Epic Records and Tapes, and that never fucking happened. So that's bullshit. And Alan, of course, as well too. And countless, lurkers and watchers and things. And head and butter. That's correct. Head, cheese, and flutter. So what's up for Tuesday, Juno?
Yeah, for Tuesday, I'm gonna do the 1987 film The Jackal, starring Bruce Willis and Richard Gere. We'll be watching that one next week, and that's like set for like 5:30, and
Okay.
I think it's like around like 7:30 your time.
Right.
But yeah, that's
And
The
then
Jackal from 1987, which I do think it's an underrated Bruce Willis film. He does a good job playing a bad guy. So yeah, that's for next Tuesday.
And then next Wednesday we'll have it'll be me, Juno, Jim from Jim's Movie Channel, and I have a special guest as well. And it's for Better Off Dead. And then the following Wednesday will be Rosie's Choice with Food of the Gods. And like I said, I may make it a double feature. I've got to put up the voting for the 3 other movies that you guys can, pick one out of that and all that stuff. So yeah, that'll be, next couple of weeks. And then I got to figure out the rest of the month. And then also, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm hoping that Sean's back with us soon because he and I were like talking about it, but I don't know what he's got planned because he said that he wanted to do something by himself, and then he said he wanted to get back, doing stuff with us. But he doesn't want to do like a whole bunch of things like he was doing, which is fine. But yeah, in April, I'm thinking about my birthday is on a Saturday, so I'm trying to think if I want to do a movie or just do like a fucking random stream and stuff and all that. It just depends on what everybody's doing and what I don't know. I could maybe do Poseidon Adventure that night, and we could all go down with the not go down on. I mean, just go down with the ship. No, I don't know. It's just an idea I had. Bravos and Butterhead. There we go. Stupid phone. I couldn't see if it was actually putting out what I was saying. Yeah, Buff Cody Bagwell. There we go. Judy Bagwell and a cook in the kitchen match. You got anything else planned, Juno?
The what?
You have anything else planned?
Probably gonna do a few more movies like coming up after the Jackal, but
This thing's coming up soon. I'm gonna try to get this in next month.
yes, Ghost Dog.
Ghost Dad. Yeah. With the RZA and the Wizza.
Yeah, the RZA from the Wu-Tang Clan. What Wu-Tang Gang?
Yeah, they're gonna do their last tour apparently. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They said it'll be something to behold, so I guess they got some tricks up their sleeves, so that should be pretty good.
Yep.
I hope they kidnap Martin Shkreli and kill him on stage. I mean, what?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Tackle next week.
Patrick Manbutter. Yeah. What was that?
I'm just saying that that's just for next week is the Jackal.
Yeah, the Jack All. No, I'm just kidding. What did Brooke go into hiding or what?
I don't know, maybe she did.
Ashton, you trying to tie up Brooke, and keep her from us? Is that what you're doing? Cheaper by the butter, yeah. Who, me? Yeah, you. Who the fuck do you think I was talking to? Trying to be all innocent and stuff. Okay, I see how it is. Butter off dead, exactly. Yeah. Butter off bread. It's like I always say, somebody says you're on a roll, and I say, well, it's better than being on a biscuit. Words of wisdom, words to live by.
Yep.
Rosie, what was that one you wanted me to watch from Riff Tracks? I forgot. I might watch that in a little bit. I forgot which one it was. Then it's all deathly silent. It's like, what? Juno, you ever like Explorers?
What?
The movie Explorers, you ever like that one?
Is that the one with River Phoenix and Ethan Hawke?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen that one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a fun one. You ever see Fear No Evil?
Fear No Evil. What's that one?
It's the one with Stefan Arngrim from Valley of the Giants or whatever the fuck that show was when he was a kid. That was IT. It's like this one where he's like in this school and he gets possessed by a demon and stuff, and yeah, it's one that goes off the fucking rails. It's pretty crazy.
Okay.
I got it from like Shit Factory, but that'd be a good one and stuff. Okay, who in here is the type that would go to like an ice cream shop that had 100 flavors, and then you'd order vanilla, you wouldn't get anything. If any of you people are in here that would just strictly order vanilla, get the fuck out now. And that better not be you, Juno.
What's wrong with vanilla?
Nothing wrong with vanilla, but come on, the reason you're going is because there's 100 fucking flavors, so you got to get something.
Well, I can't get Rocky Road because that has nuts, and I'm allergic to that shit.
Yeah, fuck that, man. I don't like nuts and ice cream, so yeah. So that
I'd rather eat regular chocolate.
There you go.
Some of that chocolate.
Yeah, that's fine. But I mean, I remember though when I was a kid reading a story about some baseball player, and he told some of his teammates, they're all like, he's like, hey, this place has got 85 different flavors, and they're like, what? And he goes, yeah, and he kept bugging them about it. He's like, let's go. It's only like a couple of hours drive and all this bullshit. So finally, he convinced them to go, and what does he do? He orders a fucking vanilla cone. I mean, what an asshole. It's like, why I oughta, Yeah, Rosie. About 30 minutes ago. No, I'm just kidding. I just wanted to know that Riff Tracks movie that you asked me if I'd seen, and I said no, I forgot which one it was because I'm gonna probably watch that in a little bit. Because you said it was up here on YouTube and all that. Samurai Cop. Okay. All right. I got it. Good enough. Thank you. Thanks for that. No, it's cool. Not a problem. That one that they did though for Ice Cream Man, that's so fucking good. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I did, but they that was a trip.
Yep.
I mean, Ice Cream Man in itself is a trip, but that's that riff tracks was hilarious. I couldn't believe that they did one for that. But I'm gonna look this thing up right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. There's that, like, besides Mac and Me, the there's a one movie, I always forget the name, but it's about like this little, well, I guess there's a good one and a bad one, and it's like this alien that it's got like this fucking horn for a mouth and a nose or some shit kind of looking thing. And this kid calls it like Trumpy. And it's fuck, I wish I could remember the name, but it's like a couple of years ago. They Severin actually put it out, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that. But like MST3K, that's how I first saw it, was them doing that, and it was hilarious. I was just like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And one of them, I think, actually did Food of the Gods, but I'm not so sure. Let's see. I see Samurai Cop actually posted to watch. I don't see the. Oh, there it is. Yeah, here we go. Riff tracks. Okay, cool. But they have both the real one and then the other. There's actually a Samurai Cop 2, Deadly Vengeance. Yeah, I love Wolf Cop. Hey, Gizmo. Yeah, I love Wolf Cop. I like both of them actually. Gizmo, what's been going on, brother? Jim's not here, Gizmo, so he can't see that Dirty Dancing reference. So he wouldn't he won't get pissed off. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Wolf Cop. I think both of those movies are fun. I know a lot of people that don't like them, and stuff, and that makes me not like them. So, there we go. But another good werewolf movie is Werewolves Within. That's another one that I think I'm going to show sometime. I like that one a lot. Cry Wilderness. I'll have to check that one out. You might have to remind me, Rosie, because I'm not good at writing shit down or remembering stuff, you know. Should I watch the Samurai Cop first before I watch the riff tracks, or should I just go ahead and watch the riff tracks? I mean, it looks hilarious just by the pictures. Okay, riff tracks first. Damn, Gizmo, you know. I hope you're shielding the kid from seeing such depravity, you know. I'll have to look that up, Greg. There's some good things coming up, man. I saw the new trailer for that new Nicolas Cage movie called Surfer or whatever the fuck. That looked great. It looks totally unhinged, you know, just like in Mandy in this one. So that looks pretty good. And I can't wait to see Novocaine. That looks great too. There's actually some pretty good looking things coming out, you know. Juno, stop hiding. Depravityville horror, yeah.
I'm trying to hide from the new shitty movies because I can't stand the new shit.
I love the films. Hungarian film in German is the Fellow. Such amazing masterpieces. Alien Pussycats on Drugs and Fellow is a slasher giallo thriller animation with Boy George music. Wow. Those sound kind of way out there, but that's cool. See, Gizmo's lucky, man. He gets to see all these like fucked up European films that we barely get, you know, and stuff like that. Unless they show up, you know, other places. Giallo shot. Yeah, exactly. Giallo shots with slasher syrup, you know. These, you know, these MST3K and these riff tracks. I don't know about, you know, if I'd ever do a watch along for any of them, but it's kind of, you know, they are fun, you know. Oh, okay, Gizmo. An English dub. Yeah, that's perfect. Since I don't speak Hungarian. Or whichever one was the Hungarian one.
I guess the English dub.
Should have had, you know, one of these days, man. We'll have Shermarlos, you know, cook for us or something.
Yeah.
We tried to get him to come up, you know, a couple of times, and I don't think he understood what we wanted him to do. You know, it's like, well, here's the link. You know, just come on up.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh yeah, I've seen Fritz the Cat a long, long time ago. Well, Rosie, anytime you want to watch some bad movies that we can make fun of, you can
Yeah, like that new Pie Pie Revenge shit was
always
fucking
come up,
terrible.
and we could do our own thing making fun of bad movies. It's
Like I
like
originally
Gilbert
saw,
Gottfried from USA up
I
all night
originally,
in jail for
I
showing
originally,
bad movies. Okay, go ahead, Juno.
I
Sorry.
originally saw that Pie Pie horror movie, and that was shit in my opinion.
Which one?
The Pie Pie horror movie.
I don't even know what that is.
You know Popeye, the character
Oh,
Sailor Man.
Popeye. I thought you were saying, pot pie or some shit. I was like, what?
I said Popeye, the Sailor Man.
Well, there's one of them that looked good though. The Slayer Man or whatever that looked kind of good.
It was. I saw one that's called Revenge, and it was a piece of shit in my opinion. It was called Popeye's Revenge or some
Oh,
shit.
okay. Well, there's going to be a bunch of those, but the thing is, yeah,
I
those movies are going to suck, or some of them will be okay.
person, personally, I kind of wish they would have made that fucking cartoon movie, which I don't know why they fucking canceled that shit, which is bullshit. Because I would like to see like a modern animated cartoon of the Popeye character, because it would have been awesome to see that, but instead we're just gonna see some fucking horror movie with bad acting and shitty crap characters that we don't give a rat's ass, but whatever. Cheap ass actors that are out of a dollar bin.
I don't know. I mean, that Slayer Man one looked hilarious. I mean, shit like that, you got to just sort of take it with a grain of salt, because it's gonna
Yeah, like
probably be
I
bad.
don't know, just I could say like okay, yes, they're doing practical effects, but what's shitty is that the acting, like they get really fucking terrible actors in the movie, and
Yeah.
that kind of puts me out of the movie a bit.
Well, I know what you mean.
It's just like gosh dang, like they couldn't even get anybody from the Asylum movies or some shit, so they got like bare bone ass actors. They could at
Well,
least got somebody from the Asylum films.
it's like in that fucking Blood and Honey, that guy that played Christopher Robin. It's like, oh my god, it's like, dude, go to acting school.
Even the final girl was terrible.
Well, I wasn't, looking for
Her
her.
acting was shit. All it was just she just screamed and that's it.
I
And her acting was boring
the
as
women in
fuck.
those films, I just wanted to see yams. I wasn't interested in their acting.
I was
I'm
bored of their
just,
acting, so I
I'm
I said
just
fuck
kidding.
it. Winnie the Pooh killed their stupid asses.
I'm just kidding, though.
Yeah. It's just like I did not mind the second one. I kind of liked that one a bit more
Yeah, I need to watch that one.
because they do have Tigger in that one, because he wasn't in the first film. Which I don't understand why we see not in the first film, but they did put him in the second film.
Well, maybe they wanted to see how the first one would go. But all right, you guys, I guess we'll call it a night and stuff. And, thanks again for everybody coming out and hanging with us tonight. And, like I
Yeah.
said, we got some stuff coming up. And on Tuesday on Juno's channel, we got the Jackal and whatnot. So, and also, like I said, Better Off Dead next Wednesday night with me, Juno, Jim, and a special guest. And yeah, it'll be awesome. Yep. But
Hi, everybody.
yep. And as always, thank you, Rosie, Z, Ashton, and Chester, and Brooke. The usual, fam and crew. And so, if you're gonna get $1, don't get more than just $1. All right. So we'll see you guys and everything. Have a great night, everybody.
Ray Dennis Steckler. Now, who doesn't love Ray Dennis Steckler? Assholes. Assholes don't love Ray Dennis Steckler. Ray Dennis Steckler, an incredible filmmaker.
Subscribe now to Texas HXCX 1965.